Social media companies could soon be facing some serious consequences. Opening arguments underway as Meta and YouTube stand trial in a landmark case accused of intentionally hooking children with addictive features.
The tech giant pushing back on claims that the plaintiffs, that they're driving addiction. The plaintiff's lawyer says this.
We've got documents where the companies themselves are claiming that they are addictive, that they are trying to drive addiction, because the more time they drive to their platforms, the more money they're able to garner.
For more, let's bring in former U.S. Attorney for the District of Utah and Right on Crime Executive Director Brett Tolman. Brett, good to see you. As a parent, I'm following this case really closely, but I'm not a lawyer, okay? So I don't quite understand what the meaning of everything going on. But help me out with this. It looks like what's happening here is the plaintiffs are saying the problem isn't who you got on the platform. The problem is how you design the platform. You can put even innocuous stuff on there, but if you design it the wrong way, it'll be harmful to our kids. Is that the argument that they're making here?
I think that is a major component of the argument. Look, we all know about personal responsibility, right? And we know that sometimes these plaintiffs' cases can not always be justified. Sometimes it's just lawyers, looking for ways to go after companies and deep pockets. But this is a little bit different. We're talking about children here, and so it comes down to what is their intent, and did they do something consistent with an intent to actually addict the children? That is a concern. It's a concern to me as a father and a grandfather. I'm well aware of friends who have really struggled and battled with this issue and their children being addicted to social media.
Brett, it's been compared, the case, to cigarettes and casinos. And I know Mark Lanier, not personally, but he won a massive settlement against Merck in the Vioxx case. And he is a top-tier litigator and plaintiff's attorney. And this case, I think it's one of 9 cases bundled together. It's being heard in front of a jury in Los Angeles, in California. That does not bode well, I would not think, for Meta, the parent of Facebook and Instagram.
Well, Dagan, I think you're exactly right. This is a very serious lawyer who has had tremendous success. And when they say they have documents that are going to show that there was an intent to addict children or to expand their use in a manner in which they could drive revenue higher and higher, it's going to be very difficult for a jury to have any sort of sympathy for these companies.
So help me with this. If Meta loses, and there's a big award, and there's a big outcome of this, how does it affect other companies in the space? Does that then therefore become a precedent where the floodgates open to more lawsuits? Does it become a precedent that is huge pressure to change regulation? What are the knock-on effects of all of this?
Yeah, it's a great point. Keep in mind that TikTok, for example, has already been sued and chose to settle.
Yeah.
So, they made a calculated, judgment in this case to settle the case, probably hoping that others would do the same. They'd be able to prevent, a slew of cases. If this case goes forward as it's planned and the trial goes forward and the jury awards, something to these plaintiffs, you're going to see not only additional lawsuits, you're going to see class action lawsuits, which will really drive the recovery and the damages in a case against such giant companies.
And I should correct myself. The Google's YouTube is also accused
right.
in this suit. So Brett, thank you so much. Great to see you, sir. Always.